Welcome to The Perfect Pair. It's been a while, Simo, but I've got 3 words, or 4 words. Charmoula, bakoula, and fish boulettes.
That's right, yeah. Hi, Sally.
Hi, hi, Simo.
It's been a while. So today we have a few recipes that we talked about in the previous show, which is the Spinach Salad, which is bakoula, with the preserved lemon. And then there is the Charmoula, which is the marinade that we use pretty much in Moroccan cuisine in a lot of different dishes.
Bit spicy?
Spicy, very savory. It adds a lot of flavor to
But not
pretty much
necessarily
anything.
too hot. You can determine how hot.
Well, you can make a charmoula depending on your taste buds. You can make it spicy, you can make it milder. It depends on how you like it. It's pretty, you got that flexibility when it comes to charmoula. The basic ingredients for the charmoula is the parsley, which is right here,
Parsley.
chopped, cilantro, chopped, garlic. We use usually a lot of garlic.
That's a lot
Here.
of garlic.
Yeah, usually there's about 5 cloves chopped for this recipe.
And it's just giving this lovely little aroma as we're standing here.
Absolutely. We have paprika, we have cumin, and we have chili powder, and then olive oil, and lemon juice, and preserved lemon.
And those you made just recently.
Yeah, just a couple of days ago I made a preparation of preserved lemon, which we talked about in the previous show.
Yes.
But I can remind people, how to make it. It's pretty easy.
And we will later on be doing the spinach salad because you also talked about spinach salad and we ran out of time. So
that's right.
We'll bring
and
that
that's
forward.
the salad that we're going to be doing today. We have spinach, and then we're going to use almost the same spices, same in preserved lemon, olive oil, garlic, paprika, cumin, and chili powder.
the fish boulette. Now normally you said it's made normally with sardines.
Yeah, usually the fish boulette in Morocco we use sardines, which is one of the most popular fish.
And they aren't those salty little things that come in cans.
Here in Canada, yeah. Usually we have fresh sardines in the market in Morocco.
And how big?
They go, medium
they're
size
big,
like
yeah.
this. They go from this about 5-6 inches to about
And it's a
8-10
dark
inches.
dark meat. I mean it's not white.
It's not white. It's more like pink. When it's raw, it's more like pinkish, and then when it cooks, usually it's white to gray. But it's very savory, very strong, and that's why we put the charmoula in the fish boulette
Again, to match this.
to kind of take away all that fishy flavor from the fish, because sardines are really, really fishy, really strong, and the charmoula kind of masks all that fishy flavor and gives you a nice balance.
And of course, we can't get fresh sardines here, so I went and got a piece of whitefish, the strongest I could find, which I think is cod. So again,
That's good enough.
Yeah.
We're going to use that.
And you're going to pair all this with a red wine.
Yeah, red wine today. We choose that. This red wine is one of those limited edition ones that doesn't come often. But it's called Double Down. It's a bourbon barrel, which is a blend of red, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Shiraz, aged in bourbon barrels. So you got that.
Slightly whiskey flavor.
Yeah, bourbon, more sweeter than whiskey.
Bit
on the
smoky.
No smoke, but it's still strong. You got a lot of flavor, you got a lot of body, and I think it will go perfectly with the boulette, just to mask all that stronginess. It's going to balance it out.
So to start with the Charmoula, you want the food processor.
So we got about 3 tablespoons of parsley, cilantro, chopped. We have paprika. 1 teaspoon of paprika. 1 teaspoon of cumin.
And this is the Spanish paprika,
Spanish paprika.
the sweet.
The sweet one.
And the
Chili powder, just half.
Chili gives it the heat.
A little bit of heat, just not too much. Half. And then the garlic, we have about 5 cloves of garlic that we chopped for this recipe here.
That's going to give it quite a bit of bite.
Yeah. Well, the charmoula is all garlic, pretty much. Garlic makes it. There we go. And then olive oil and lemon juice. A little bit of preserved lemon juice. Two tablespoons olive oil. About 2 tablespoons of olive oil, same as the lemon.
To balance it.
Yeah, balance it up and everything. And I think that's it.
Okay, it has to be like this. Ready to go on? And then just... So we'll just take a short break while Simo spoons Charmoula out, and we'll get ready for the next dish. Join us in a few moments. Welcome back to the perfect pair. While we were taking the break, we were tasting the Charmoula. It's delicious.
Very nice.
It's absolutely delicious. And we were trying to figure out what you could do. I suggested bruschetta. It'd be great on bruschetta.
Yeah.
You mentioned eggs.
Yeah, well, pretty much the charmoula, there is so many things you can do with. You can use it for. Usually, you can just put it in potatoes and roast them. That's one thing.
Wow.
You can mix it with eggs in the morning. You can use it for your meat. The spinach finely chops, because you don't have big chunks in your salad. This recipe likes olive oil, because spinach will absorb a lot of fat. So I have about 5 cloves of garlic for this recipe. Extra virgin olive oil is very necessary to this recipe. It won't taste as deep and as authentic with regular oil. So olive oil is definitely something that, and even better, Moroccan extra virgin olive oil. But we don't have any more. We're out of that stuff.
You're the only one who can get that stuff here.
Yeah, well, hopefully when I go next, I'm gonna get more.
So Simo, the spinach has been cooking almost 10 minutes now.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're right, it's a darker color. You're going to start adding the spices?
So we're gonna start with paprika. 1 teaspoon of paprika. A teaspoon of cumin. Just like a quarter.
A quarter, okay. Because sometimes you add a bit more.
Because we don't want it too much,
right.
Too much heat in there. Quarter. Usually, a recipe asks for half. I'm just gonna put a quarter. And then parsley and cilantro. Of course, we have parsley here.
All finely chopped. Finely chopped.
Finely chopped parsley.
Once they all cook, you won't be able to see which is the spinach and which is herbs.
And 1 cilantro here.
And how long do you let it cook after you've added everything?
It will cook for, 10-15 minutes. There we go. So this recipe is, you can adjust it depending on your taste. So if you like more paprika, you want it more mild, add more paprika. If you want it more cuminy, more heat, you add more chili powder. But this is good. 2 parts paprika, 1 part cumin, and 1/4 of chili powder.
Tell me about the preserved lemon.
So preserved lemons is fermented lemon rind that we prepared in advance for this salad. Usually we use it for different dishes. You can serve it cold, you can cook with it. It's meant for cooking. In Morocco we use it to make tagines. We cook it with the meat and the veggies.
And it's lemon juice, salt, and lemon rind.
Yes, so you cut, you can either make it with whole lemons or you can cut them in pieces. So you cut them in pieces and then you stack them in your jar and then you salt. And you push till the juice comes above the lemons and then you do layers. First layer, second layer, and every layer you salt as you go.
And the salting is what's going to preserve it.
Yes, and then you put it at room temperature for, a couple of days, 3-4 days to a week.
And after that, you can keep it in the fridge for a little while.
Yeah, once it's ready, you can put it in the fridge and it will last longer. So I'm gonna cube this. I'm gonna add pieces to the salad.
You mentioned that you don't serve it until it's cooled down.
The salad, yeah, it's a cold salad that we're cooking, but it's meant to be consumed cold. You try it and see how do you like it, and then you salt and pepper at the end. And that's what we're gonna do. Salt and black pepper. And then it should be ready soon.
So this is ready.
Okay, let's plate this right now.
And just before it was ready, you added a bit of the preserved lemon juice.
Yeah, just a little bit of preserved lemon juice.
Simo, you've said this is supposed to be served cold. Do we dare have a taste?
Oh yeah, no, we're not gonna worry about the temperature here. Okay. Hot or cold, as soon as you like it.
Sounds good,
Yeah.
and we're going to try it with a glass of wine. Yes?
Sure. Cheers, santé.
Santé. That's very nice. Flavors are quite subtle. They don't overwhelm you. But lemon definitely adds. Wow.
Adds depth to the dish.
And it pairs very well with the red wine. Very nicely. I would definitely say this is a perfect pair.
It definitely reminds me of back home. Just a taste.
Which, in a way, a lot of its cooking is about, is bringing your home here. Because a lot of the recipes are from home or from your grandmother you were talking about.
I think it pairs really well with this
I
bourbon.
do too. And I know it will pair excellently with the Charmoula. I can
With Charmoula.
make my mouth water. So we're going to do the fish next, the fish boulettes.
Fish boulette.
Join us in a few minutes. Welcome back to The Perfect Pair. Simo, we're finally on the piece de resistance,
Yes.
the fish boulettes.
Fish boulette,
Boulette.
which is fish balls, not fish eyeballs, just fish balls, just like meatballs, but with
balls.
fish. So I have chopped the fish, which is we're using a piece of cod today.
Yes.
Deboned, deskinned. I cut it into pieces. I put it in a food processor, and I added 2
Tablespoons?
tablespoons of rice, just
And
white rice.
I was quite uncooked white rice. I was quite surprised.
Uncooked, because once we make the mixture, we're gonna make boulettes, and then we're gonna cook them. And in the cooking process, the rice will cook.
And you were going to add to this our lovely...
Charmoula. So we made the charmoula.
We did, and we tasted it.
It tastes amazing. So we're gonna add half of this charmoula to the fish inside there, and then the other half in the pan to cook it.
Okay. So you want to process this, but not too much. You have to do it carefully.
We're just gonna zip it a little bit.
To mix it and break it up?
Mix it and break it up, but without damaging without compromising the texture of the fish. So you still got a little bit of texture, so when you put them in boulettes and you cook them, you got a little bit of texture in there. You don't want to
Process it.
process it, exactly.
And once you've done that, we're going to hand make the little
We're gonna
fish balls.
handmade, yeah, and then we're gonna fry them, add some tomato sauce, and then cook them.
Okay.
So this is good.
Yeah, okay.
This is a good texture for the
Maybe
boulettes.
we'll put it in a bowl to make it easier to grab.
Exactly. So we're just going to transfer it. With hands when you're making boulette, just make the meat not stick to your hands. Very important.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And how big? Okay, regular meatball size.
Yeah.
How are we going to cook these?
We're going to cook them in the pan with olive oil, a little bit more chermoula, tomatoes. You can put other vegetables with them. Make it like a tagine. You can put some carrots, you can put some potatoes, whatever you want to put. Any other vegetables that you want to add to your dish, you can.
But today we're not going to.
Today we're not going to do anything else but tomatoes.
Okay.
Tomatoes and the sauce, and then preserved lemons.
Now, could you roll them in breadcrumbs and bake them in the oven too?
Absolutely, yeah. This is just one way of doing the fish balls, which is the fish boulettes tagine that we have in Morocco, that cooks with other vegetables, potatoes, carrots.
You're going to have to come and do a tagine with us sometime.
Yes, absolutely. But for tapas, this is the best way. It's the easiest way of eating the fish meatballs. You can just have them on a piece of bread or whatever as you drink your wine. And it complements the wine really well.
Mm-hmm.
I like this texture. Is perfect, I think, for the fish right now. This is good. It did yield more than I thought it would.
Oh, good.
That 1 pound of fish.
So you're adding olive oil. We finished making the meatballs.
Yeah, meatballs are all ready.
And
So-
you're going to cook them on a medium-low heat?
Medium-low.
Meatballs go in.
Fish balls.
Fish balls, that's right.
There you go.
I know the song about one meatball, but I don't know the song about one fish ball. How long is it going to take them to cook?
Not much. This is fish. So fish cooks very fast. So once we sear them, then we're going to put the sauce in and just let them cook in the sauce and absorb all that flavor from the charmoula and everything.
That will be the charmoula and the tomatoes.
And the tomatoes. Tomato.
Okay. Now, how many tomatoes did you chop up?
I have 4 small ones. You know, with the juice and everything, because that juice,
It's going to cook down.
it's going to help us. Oh yeah, the smell is coming off now. Now it's gonna start to smell fishy in here. But good fishy.
Good fishy.
Like for me, even it's cod, it smells like sardine because the charmoula.
So it looks like you want them golden rather than golden brown.
Just golden because they're gonna cook. We wanna build a crust on top so they don't decompose in the sauce.
Right, you want them to hold together.
Yes, because there's no egg wash or breadcrumbs on the outside. So we want to make sure they stay in one piece, and that's all we need. This is nice because we're going to have a really nice texture. Like we didn't over grind the fish. The charmoula tasted really nice. And then the fish is not sticking up to the pan, so we're golden here. Yeah, I think this is it. Just like that. Got a nice sear on them.
I've missed having you here cooking for me.
Absolutely. Well, I love cooking, you know, I can
This is just such
do
a treat.
this all day.
I think
Very good.
the best part is after the camera's over and we get to eat all of this.
Absolutely. So yeah, this, you know, whatever crust that it's in the pan here, you can leave it, don't have to worry about it. This is good. So we're gonna add the tomatoes. Tomatoes are like mashed tomatoes. They're like tomato, crushed tomato. So we got about 4 tomatoes here with their juice and everything. Here we go. I'm gonna add the charmoula to it.
Oh, I know that's going to make it amazing.
The sauce, we try it. Now is a good time.
Okay.
And then we adjust the taste of it. You know, if we need more heat, we can add more chili powder. If we want more cumin, this is the time to kind of balance your recipe. I like it. You want to try it?
Okay. I'll just take
See if I find it nice. It's not too much of anything.
Very nice.
And then,
The charmoula really comes through.
yeah, and it's not strong.
No, it's not as strong as when we had it on the baguette.
Yeah, it can be a little bit spicier. So this time we're not going to add anything else to it. People, they can add a little bit more, but for us this is good. Once this cooked for about 5 minutes or so, we're going to add the meatballs, fish balls, and then we're going to add the preserved lemons and let it cook for a bit, and then it's going to be ready within 10 minutes. And
Perfect.
then we can gentle is the way to be. Just try to, you coat them with the sauce.
All these recipes today are fairly simple.
Very simple. Like, I know fish balls might seem a little bit hard to execute, but as everybody's seen today, it was really easy to execute. We had the chermoula, we had the food processor. We worked the fish a little bit slowly, not to
Make sure it has the right texture.
overdo it, just to respect that texture. And then we end up with nice fish balls that look good. They hold themselves together, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna taste amazing. So we're just gonna let them cook now. Give them about 10 minutes to cook in this sauce. So one thing that we didn't add to it is lemon juice and preserved lemon. So we're gonna add it now. We're gonna cover it and let it cook for about 10 minutes at low medium heat.
Okay.
That's exactly what we're gonna do here. So we added about 2 edges of preserved lemon to it. And then we're just gonna mix everything. There is some preserved lemon juice that we're gonna add about 1 teaspoon.
Great.
Perfect. So, sorry. So now we're good here.
Lid on?
Yeah. Lid on. Perfect.
Simo, this has been cooking for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, about 10-15 minutes cooking with the lid on.
Halfway through, you added a bit of a lemon juice and a bit of water because it was drying out.
Yeah, exactly. So you want a little bit more sauce, so you add a little bit more
And a
water.
pinch of saffron.
Just a hint of saffron to give that saffron flavor in the dish. So we're gonna plate it. We're ready.
We're ready. These look wonderful.
There you go. Yeah.
So here's the full dish, and you are going to plate for us.
It's gonna add a lot of flavor to this dish.
Thank you.
Here we go.
And I think I'm going to just try one fish ball at a time because I'm not sure I can do both. To another perfect pairing, Simo.
Another perfect pair.
Lovely texture. Lots of nice spice mix. And you mentioned you didn't add any extra salt or pepper to the sauce because it already had it.
No salt and pepper at the end. The charmoula is already seasoned.
The spiced lemon really adds something extra to it. It's very nice. It's lemony, but not too sour. And we're eating the rind. Well, I can't eat and talk that well, so I'm going to say goodbye until next time. We will come back, the perfect pair, with more recipes from Simo and your homeland, right?
That's right. Cheers to the perfect pair.